When you are little and you have a whole world to discover, you fantasy about all kinds of jobs. You think that these moments will take an eternity. For that reason, we have big dreams. When we grow up and we have to make decisions, we realize that those big dreams have to become one and decide to take a path. I don't want to say that what we chose from the first moment is the more accurate decision, but that will make us discover ourselves little by little and see what really fills us completely. That's how I started, without knowing what I wanted to dedicate myself to in the future. When I finished high school, I was really lost, tired of the subject, and I needed a radical change. Thinking for a while in my childhood, and then I realized, since I was little, I was always drawing, creating games to play with my cousin, making crafts. I thought, why not? Then I decided to explore this world, the art world. When I finished art school, I also had my doubts, and without knowing how, I chose this career. I guess I chose it because I love direct contact with people. I like to learn from each of them, and I have that vitality that the world of tourism needs. After this year, I think I have it clear. I want to dedicate myself to organizing events, but events relate to art, because knowing myself, I know what really inspires me and passionate about. I know that the most primordial basis of this world is creativity and knowing how to connect with people. To work as an event organizer, it's essential to have a good communication with the client. You have to get effective communication. When you have to do a job for a client, you have to have a skill that allows you to transmit information so that it is received and understood. This means that you have to be courteous when you speak to the client. Another of the skills required is knowing how to advise the client to make a good decision. Your job is always to satisfy the client. So, if we listen carefully to what the client needs, we will know how to advise him in the best way. The best way to connect with a client is always to maintain eye contact. The eye contact shows that you are engaged in the interaction, as well as displaying confidence. Another thing is to always smile. Your smile is your best icebreaker. Offer your handshake. Demonstrate your self-confidence. The introduction must be natural, but always formal. When saying goodbye, you should end the conversation by reiterating that you have enjoyed working with them. When you present your work to the client, you have to capture their attention and surprise them with the work that you have done. The audience should be reminded of your clear ideas, creating interest in your client. A good organization of information makes the client understand what you are saying. The audience, in this case, the client, has a variety of experience, interests, and different levels of knowledge. When you make the presentation with the client, you obtain this information. This information is helpful for the presentation. When you make an exhibition, You have to create a good atmosphere, audiovisual, videos, objects, etc. Everything's oriented to the project that we are going to offer the client. Finally, an event organizer will receive millions of emails, so you should know how to write an email correctly. To respond to customer emails, a clear objective has to be established and right to obtain the desired response. To avoid sending more email asking things that were forgotten. You should always write to your clients using a formal and professional vocabulary. The information must be structured so that it is clear and organize ideas into paragraphs. Finally, you should not repeat sentence and correct grammar, punctuation, and spelling. From my point of view, these are the most important things I learned in this course that will help me in the future as an events organizer. Thank you.